风轻轻吹过山坡，带走眉头的绳索。你听，泥土在说些什么？是不是岁月留下的歌？云慢慢飘过长河，看透人间的离合。别问为什么花开花落，那是一种温柔的承诺。听天地的呢喃在耳边诉说，生命本是一条静静流淌的河，不必慌张去寻找结果，在此刻呼吸就是收获。
Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check.
听见你的呢喃围绕的触摸，原来天地之间
Mic check, mic check.
从来没想过。放下执着，才看见宽广，心安处才是真的解脱。晨风吹来了不知的寂寞，阳光照亮了阴暗的角落。万物都在没落，追求着规则。学习最爱才是最美的欣赏。今天遇见你那温柔的触摸，原来天地之间爱从来没想过。放下执着，才看见宽阔，心安处才是真的解脱。
Hey, we have 1 more minute before we're going to start our session for today. So let's get seated down and get ready for our session.
看见宽阔，心安处在身，深度解脱。
Okay, it's 7:30 right now, so let's start on time. Yes, can we get everybody to be seated down so that we can start on time? Right, first of all, we're going to first sing 3 songs together. So all these songs are written and composed by our master Tetsun. They are embedded with high positive energy, so I encourage you to sing along as we uplift our energy where we resonate for the rest of this evening. So the first song we're going to pray to you is Prayer of Love.
Offering the prayer of wishing everybody well. Worry free till the end of time. More fortune than you need, mind and body never aged, filled with sweetness and joy, forever blessed till the end of time. World peace and bright sunshine, man and woman happy and free, abundance of virtue, blissful joy, love is found everywhere. The beauty of hills and oceans makes you smile forevermore. Embrace the love to infinity, having peace and serenity. Embrace the prayer of love. Prayer of offering the prayer of love, wishing everybody well. Worry free till the end of time. More fortune than you need, mind and body never age, filled with sweetness and joy, forever blessed till the end of time. World peace and bright sunshine, man and woman happy and free, abundance of virtue, blissful joy, love is found everywhere. The beauty
offering the prayer of love, wishing everybody well. Worry-free till the end of time. More fortune than you need, a mind and body never age, filled with sweetness and joy, forever blessed till the end of time. Yes, indeed, we are also blessed because we are right here in the Superlife Secret Code system, and because we are embarking on a radiant new journey, we all have all the methods and direction ahead of us. And what's most important, we must stay composed, we must stay aligned, and we must always move forward. So let's sing the next song together. Always move forward.
A voice in my heart helps me move forward. Life is no longer stranded. The world is grand. Life is in my hands. Love always helps me move forward. Always cultivate before time fades away. Time passes, blink of an eye. We cannot go back in time. Let's get together and strive forward. Love always helps me move forward. Make my life shine and be the star of life. It's always bright. Love always reminds me to move forward.
A voice in my heart helps me move forward. Life is no longer stranded. The world is grand. Life is in my hands. Love always helps me move forward. Always cultivate before time fades away. Time passes in the blink of an eye. We cannot go back in time. Let's get together and strike forward, as love always helps me move forward. It makes my life shine and be the star of life. It's always bright. Yes, indeed, because our heart is so filled with love, and because we are all surrounded by like-minded people who are also filled with love, and we want to really, really believe in this love so that we can reprogram our life and we embark on the radiant new journey. So let's sing the next song together. I.
晨曦穿透了结霜的窗，万物收心在金色的光。它来的时候，从不曾生长，却温柔覆盖了所有的荒凉。像风吹过了麦田的浪，像云投影在安静的阳。这世间如果没了爱登场，谁还能找到灵魂的故乡？水是空气是必须的适量。爱虽然没有声响，却是支撑天地最坚定的力量。它是漫漫人生唯一的信仰，让我们在绝望里看到希望。你看那干涸心灵的伤，爱填满空隙，像刚从天而降。它自然枯竭，抚平了沧桑，让每一颗种子都闻到芬芳。支撑天地最坚定的力量，不论岁月多么漫长，不论命运在何处流浪，爱是我们能够飞翔的翅膀，是宇宙文化里唯一的真相，重印在每个呼吸。是人间最极致完美的模样，无声无息，却在心上回
dawn-like sleeps through frost-covered glass. All things awaken in a golden glow. When love arrives, it never makes a sound. Yet softly, love covers every barren place. Like wind moving waves across fields of grain, like clouds casting shadows on a silent sea. If love were ever absent from this world, who then could find a homeland for the soul? Good evening, everybody. Right. First of all, my deepest gratitude to Master Tetsun, deepest gratitude to the universe, and deepest gratitude to the Almighty Sun. And of course, my always deepest gratitude to each and every one of you coming always together on every Thursday night to resonate as we learn from each other. My name is Eileen. I'm hosting by myself tonight. So Rebecca is not with us in person, but she's always around us, filled with love. So wherever we are always connected because we are always connected by the source of love. So tonight we are all here to learn. Anybody new or first time? So we want to welcome Richard, long time no see in the English class. Mr. Low, also long time no see in the English class. And of course, William. Yeah, so now I see Richard, I see Mr. Low, I'll see William. Okay, right. Thank you for coming to our Thursday class. And just an announcement beforehand. So for this month itself, this will be the last session in the month of July. So next Thursday, there will be no English class because most of us are already flying to Penang on next Thursday. And on the following Thursday, on the 30th, there's also no class because we all just came back from Penang. And on July 29, we have our 黄金公休 and 黄金聚餐, right? We have our golden opportunity that we can eat together with Master Tetsun in person and where we can actually attend the global online class live with him, with us in the same venue. So for next Thursday itself, we will take a short break for everybody so that we can have a bit more time to also keep our family members in thought because most of us are coming back from Penang and then a day or two, we are already going on a Wednesday class. Okay, so just an announcement. So everybody please take note and please come back the week after. All right, so class will resume in the month of August. And right, so first of all, please allow me to introduce our author, Master Tetsun. Master Tetsun is a world-leading expert in energy management, a renowned speaker, a top-selling author, a humanitarian and the Nobel Peace Prize nominee. He's also the founder of Richest Life, a personal and professional growth and wellness center teaching people self-healing and life mastery. Master Tetsun has trained high-tech executives, CEOs, government officials, doctors, and tens of thousands of people worldwide. In 2010, he wrote his first book, Super Life Secret Codes, a life manual that reveals the secret codes of managing energy to create a super extraordinary life. This book has become a global sensation and transformed people's lives all over the world. Since then, Master Sun has written over 70 books now and given tens of thousands of lectures and consultations. His book Say No to Depression is a breakthrough in mental health and has been recognized and endorsed by Western and Chinese doctors to help people overcome chronic depression, anxiety, insomnia, and other mental health problems. Master Sun's energy management system teaches people to mobilize their innate natural ability to become a self-generator of positive energy so that we can recharge and take control of our lives. So that's exactly why we're learning in this system. And we're so grateful for Master Tetsun, who has founded the Richest Life organization. And we have a slide to introduce to you about Richest Life organization. Can we have the next slide, please, IT? Thank you. All right, so Richest Life is an organization dedicated to promoting mind, body, and energy balance with no affiliation to any religion. It's a system that primarily advocates the principles of love and gratitude and self-cultivation and virtue in order to achieve harmony and balance of mind and body energy. Richest Life promotes a lifestyle of mind, body, energy balance, encouraging optimism, positivity, and constructive thinking while fostering a life filled with positive energy. By harmonizing one's energy, life becomes more abundant, fulfilling, and complete. So that's exactly why we're all learning in the system, right? Because we want our life to be more fulfilling. We want our life to be more complete. We want to every day walk out of our house with only smiling. We don't want to feel depressed every day. All right, so we are so grateful for Master Tetsun who has actually founded this system and written this amazing, amazing book, Super Life Secret Codes. And from then on, Master has never stopped. Keep writing more and more books so that we can all learn from his wise wisdom. Okay, and of course, over here, we want to promote simplicity and purity. So please refrain from any money laundering issue. Please refrain from any business transaction, any soliciting. And most of all, we want to keep our emotions under control. Doesn't mean that we cannot cry, we cannot laugh, we cannot express ourselves. What we want to mean is that we want to stay composed so that we do not disturb our neighbor sitting next door, because maybe by missing one particular sentence that we read, or by missing one particular sentence that the sharer said, maybe the person who have missed an opportunity to actually have a turning point in their life. Because we never know during the course of this whole session that we are holding tonight, some part of it, some words of it is something that you were actually longing to hear to make your life happier. All right, so I'm sure everybody is already practicing in this system for a while. So it's what Master always reminds us. It doesn't matter whether we are here in the system 1 day, 1 year, 1 month, 10 years. We don't count by seniority. Okay, it all depends on our own individual cultivation level. So it's all of us set our own target. Okay, but in this journey, from what we have actually see, sometimes the longer we are in the system, the shaky we are. Because why? We become too contented. We become too overconfident, right? So after that, we've forgotten that we need to let go our ego. We've forgotten that we need to learn to listen more. We've forgotten that we need to improve our level of wisdom. Then we'll forget to keep coming to class. Okay, so then doesn't mean that if you're not coming to class, some people you see they cannot make it to class due to whatever family commitment. But very importantly, even if you come to class, most importantly is that you need to practice what we learn through the theory into your real life. So Master always tell us everything is experiment. Okay, everything you need to try. You need to experience it. Okay, after if not, you will say that, everybody say until 这样好, 这样好, 这样好. 我们没觉得这样好, 这样好, 这样好. Because you feel that you are not getting anything. Then what we need to do? We need to do self-reflection. 放求诸己. So this is one of a very, very important homework in the 14 homework. So not to be too stressful that you have not done all your 14 homework every day. Most importantly, we need to practice our essential step 1, 2, 3, and of course, one chapter of our 弟子规 that is taught by 蔡律师老师. So there's many versions of 弟子规 online. There's English version of 弟子规 by 蔡律师老师 on the YouTube. So if you don't have the English link, if you need it, you let me know. Everybody is looking at the screen. I thought, okay, right. I was like, is there a surprise on the screen? Okay. Okay. All right. So before we go furthermore in our how we actually learn from each other, we want to first read the very first important book of our life. So this book, I'm sure everybody have it. Okay. If you are taking this book from the classroom for the first time, please bring it back. Write your name in the book, okay, at the inside page. I always write my name on every book that I buy, okay, because this book belongs to me. So I will feel that it's more connected to myself. Okay, so if you're using this book in a classroom, I do encourage you to keep bringing back the same book, okay? All right, and if you already have the book, it'd be good to bring your own book so that we can leave the common book for all the other members who are joining. And a gentle reminder to all, please help me to turn your mobile phone to silent mode, okay, so that in case there's any phone ring, if you need to answer any phone call, please feel free to step out of the classroom to answer the call. Okay, so we're going to first invite our reading angel, Alan and Crystal today to first read for us the book cover, followed by the back cover, then before we turn into the inside. All right, over to our reading angel.
Okay. So we start with Super Life Secret Codes. The key to unlock your life by Master Ted Sun. The book contains simple ideas with the power to resolve all your problems and revolutionize your understanding of life. Whether you are a Christian, a Muslim, a Buddhist, or anyone with a different faith or spiritual practice, we all face daily challenges in our unique journey of life. Super Life Secret Codes is your compass. The secret codes in this book transcend the boundaries of religion and speak to you from the vast universe. They will end your struggles and bring forth an eternal spiritual life full of happiness and wisdom. This book will illuminate your future like the bright sun and bring rich abundance into your life. Your soul will echo with the vibrations of the cosmos. These secrets from nature will guide you to be empowered from the infinite cosmic energy and transform the blueprint of your life, embracing the happiness generated by the Super Life Secret Codes.
All right, now we're going to turn to page 126. We are already into chapter 11, Secret Codes for Luck Changing Food. So let's turn to page 126. We're going to start at the very, very bottom last
Page
paragraph of the
126.
page. Yeah. 126. Uncle Ted 有吗？126。Okay. All right. Let's begin, Alan. Thank you.
Next, I will teach you another way Okay. Next, I will teach you another way to increase the energy in your food. Using the previous visualization technique to visualize the sun's ray and vibration penetrating the apple to emit harmful substance. Then continue to visualize the sun shining down on your food in front of you. The shimmering sunlight starts to focus and condense into a light particle, and this little particle will land in the center of your food. Next, continue to visualize the sun's light pouring its endless energy into your food, and the single light particle in the middle of your food starts to multiply until your food is completely covered with these little particles, which are rich in energy. Continue to imagine the sun sending its endless energy to every single one of these little particles until this energy reaches every single molecule in your food. At this moment, sincerely thank the blessing from the sun and start enjoying your energy abundant food. Once you practice this method meticulously, all your food will be full of energy and power. Besides the natural nutrients and calories in your food, the energy from the sun will also work its miracle in your body, circulating with your blood to the rest of the body to benefit your health. When you continue to use this method with love and appreciation, you will receive the blessing from the sun, which will also rise your own positive energy to generate and attract luck. You will also become more receptive to receiving cosmic data and information. Therefore, you can truly change your luck from consuming healthy food. These two secret codes are for changing your luck through food. As long as you practice diligently with a grateful heart and a desire to share this cosmic love with others, there will be no need to worry about your luck because your future will gradually head towards stability and luck. And if you continue to persevere and persist, your luck will not be questioned anymore because you will have transcended beyond luck into a higher level of essence in life. The blessing of the energy in this chapter comes from the sun's energy penetrating through our body to elevate your state of being. If we can sincerely fill our heart with love and gratitude and practice diligently, we can also save others. Some late-stage cancer patients have almost lost their ability to eat and can only consume very little amount of food. People like this can use these visualization techniques to bless their food with energy. After consumption, they can think of love and gratitude and make a wish for their own health. Then the food that they just ingested will generate positive changes in the body. After a while, you will notice the change in their energy or physical condition. The amount of change depends on their familiarity with these visualization techniques and the patient's amount of love and gratitude in their heart. Also, some children do not eat their meals regularly, causing many parents to worry about their children's nutrition intake. In this case, parents can use this food blessing visualization method along with love and appreciation to increase the energy in their food, and at the same time, teach the children and the concept of love and gratitude. Then the children's body functions will be enhanced through their energy-rich food. Over time, their child's health will improve significantly. Again, the two visualization techniques described in this chapter are based on the fundamental concept of love and gratitude. When you have this concept deeply ingrained into your mind, then the visualization technique will accompany you to live a fulfilling life with abundance and success. These divine interventions are indesirable, and those who are wise will be able to utilize the force from the universe to help them effortlessly achieve their goal in life. Last but not least, I want to remind all of our friends that we must have love and gratitude in our hearts for these techniques to have an effect. If you do not practice the fundamentals, you will not be able to benefit from the sun's energy and blessing. Plus, you might elicit some unexplained harm to yourself. Therefore, you must be careful. Thank you.
Gratitude to Master Sun, gratitude universe, gratitude to heaven and earth. Chapter 12, the lucky effect of a house. I have visited hundreds and thousands of homes since the beginning of my spiritual studies. I can surely tell everyone that from my experiences, every house has its own auspicious or unpleasant aspects. However, some will be fortunate enough However, some will be fortunate enough to meet their lucky house at the right time, and after moving in, they will have a 180-degree change in their life. It is difficult to believe that such a difference can take place, but it can. However, in some cases, if we look at this from a long-term perspective, you will discover that after these people move into their lucky house and have attained success and wealth in their lives, they will start acting conceited and forget about who they are and their roles in life. In the end, their attitude may bring a major defeat from a simple chain of events and ultimately cause them to fall from the peak of their success back to their miserable past. It is very tragic. You may also see those who are eager to find a good house, but after moving into their dream house, their whole life turns upside down, causing turmoil in their family and career. Also, some successful people who live the life others envy suddenly lose everything. It makes people wonder if working so hard for a good life is positive or negative. This really depends on the individual, and you have to witness these stories of extreme change of luck to believe it. The auspicious and unpleasant aspects of a house is called feng shui. From a more scientific explanation, it is the study of our living environment. Whether you believe it or not, this study has existed in our daily lives for a long time. When you move into a house, your life will be affected by the design, color, smell, light, and various other details of the house, which can dictate your fortunes and misfortunes. In the previous chapter, I had described the relationship between the universe and a house. When a house has been strongly influenced by events or people, its central feng shui will affect those living in it. The stronger the energy field, the more impact it would have on the resident. A good house should have a balanced energy connection with the universe, not possessing strong conflicts with one another. These types of houses will allow people to live comfortably, and their lives will develop smoothly toward positivity. They will have success, and their world will be peaceful and promising, and they may easily achieve their goals. On the contrary, if the house is in conflict or interferes with the energy of the universe, then the mix of chaotic signals may cause a negative impact on them, making their lives miserable. This effect can take place as fast as a day or two, or it can develop over a period of a few months to half a year by eventually dissolving the good fortune you had possessed. I am very certain that the energy of a house will influence its inhabitants one way or another, depending on the balance of its energy field. The house itself, the furniture, the walls, the floors, the color, and even the carpet all create their own energy field. And when these are combined together, it creates a very complex magnetic field. Only about 10% of houses are perfect and have a positive magnetic field. The rest are imperfect with many defects in their energy field. A negative environment and can cause many conflicts and danger within the household. However, most people who do not understand this concept simply accept their troubles as part of their destiny. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, our reading angel, Alan and Crystal. Okay, so back to the last few part of chapter 11. Okay, so we see chapter 11 was talking about the secret codes for luck changing food. Are we still at the stage that when the food comes in front of us, then we eat? Do we still do that? Yeah, we're encouraged not to do that, right? Because why? First, we already must be very blessed that we can actually put food on the table, whether we are serving the food or someone else serve the food. I remember, I think, if I'm not wrong, was 2 years ago when we went to the big event in KL. And then Master was telling us in the workshop, right? Because during the workshop, we have a lunch break. And then Master heard feedback that on some previous occasion, the bento set was not yummy enough. All right. So Master was telling us, okay, first we need to really appreciate the people behind the scene who managed to bring food for 10,000 people. First, it's already not easy to organize people to prep the food, to cook the food, and for the people who runs the logistic to bring the food over to the event. And sometimes the food comes and then we have to go out and rush and take it back because we want to make sure it's still warm and then we all get to eat warm food. And I remember Master was telling us later when you reach your bento, first look at your bento set and be grateful, send blessings to your own food first. I remember he tells us 你要感恩你自己的食物. Then I really did that. Okay, I really did that because when it comes to bento set, we don't have choice, ma. Or you eat whatever we have, and most of the time in big events, we will definitely go for vegetarian bento set because it's at least it's something that everybody else can eat. All right, so we can make sure we can actually meet the requirement of every participant. So I remember when Master said that, I said, okay, yeah, I should also do that. So I practice it. Okay, so and after I practice it, I realized, yeah, it's true. How come today the vegetarian food is so yummy? Because I don't often eat vegetarian food. And then usually bento set, last time I used to find that the rice very hard. The rice very dry. But when I did that, when I was grateful to my bento set, I realized that, wow, the rice is actually very yummy. Then you start to appreciate, right? Same thing in our essential step 2, right? If you listen to the voiceover to do your essential step 2, Master also tell us to think about your last meal. What have you eaten? The very, very last meal. And how all this food, how we actually get it, right? How we even get our chicken. Chicken first or egg first? Chicken and egg, we always say chicken and egg, we still don't know which one comes first, right? So irregardless which one comes first, but we must be grateful to the source of the food, right? Because, and especially, I think I shared this when I first came back from Da Nang trip last month, right? I went to Hoi An, I went to this rice paddy field. Okay, I sat there having my coffee, looking at how these people actually work in the rice paddy field. And I was telling my husband, you will never find a new era of children wanting to do what they are doing anymore because they have to step on the muddy place. So it's very hard job. And the rice paddy field, there's no trees. It's all sun because they need to harvest. So it's very, very tough. Okay, and it's very, very, when you go all the way in the center ready field, I even have silly thoughts. I want to go toilet, how to rush back, Yeah, silly thoughts like this will come by me. Then I start to realize that even just a grain of rice, we also need to be so grateful that we can have a grain of rice. Yeah, so when we start to appreciate and be grateful for every little things, you'll find that you appreciate things more in life. Then you know things don't come easy. So this chapter, really, we can always do that. This is something that we need to do experiment. Everything that comes across, even this bottle of water, I can be grateful to the water. Then you can just imagine this water is so pure, right? It can cleanse my thirst. It makes me hydrated. So there's a lot of things we can do. So this chapter is really something that I encourage everyone to practice. Then also once we are grateful to the food, when you consume the food, you will actually consume a lot of positivity energy into yourself also, All right. Anybody got anything to share about your experiences of being grateful to your food, Alan? Yes. I feel he has something to share. Yes, Alan.
I
come.
have tried this method
Mm,
and it works very well because I'm a person that I like to eat a lot.
mm,
So normally I take, even now I take 2 bowls of rice,
mm,
but it makes me very fulfilling and I need to sit down and rest for a few minutes before I can start to walk again. So after learning this method, I tried the ray of light coming down, shine the food, then the whole food has energy. And then I bless my dumpling, I bless my char siu, my vegetable. Then I start eating.
mm.
Then again, this time, I eat 2 bowls of rice. I wasn't feeling anymore.
Digestion became better, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it works for me.
it works, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and also Master reminded us in his Gong Xiu Ke one time. Can you all remember? He talked about mi fan. Then he talked about sugar. Anybody remember? Okay, so
And then
actually
when I
from
eat
right,
halfway, I forgot to do the method. I eat halfway.
then you
then
do
I say,
again.
yeah, forgotten. Then I start to do it again.
Mm.
It still works.
It still
the rest
works.
of the food.
Yeah. So he was telling us that because we all know actually white rice has very high content of glucose, sugar come from white rice. So in one of the Gong Xiu Ke, Master gave us a tip, right? He told us it's best that you especially at home. So I do that after I heard what Master say. Every time if I serve my family dinner, I will scoop the rice first. Last time I used to scoop the rice last. The dishes on the table first, then scoop the rice, then I serve the rice. Then after Master told us that because why you need to eat the rice at not so fuming hot, not immediately from the rice cooker. You eat it at a slightly maybe warmer than room temperature because room temperature may be a bit cold for some people. So a bit more 温温 but 不要热烫烫的米饭. So Master told us when the rice is very hot, actually that's where the sugar content is higher. So he advised us that you scoop the rice first, put aside, then maybe you eat a bit of vegetable things first, then you eat the rice. So when the rice is not so hot, your intake of the level of sugar will be reduced. So when I heard that, I think quite a while already in the Gong Xiu Ke, he mentioned that. So immediately I put into practice. So I will always scoop all the rice, put on the table first, then I heat up the dishes, then I bring up. Yeah. So maybe you can experiment. Can you try that? Especially if any one of you has a little bit of more concern about your glucose level, you can try that. Okay, right. Yes, yes, come.
Resonate what you mentioned about that time in KL, then Master was having a class, and he said, send gratitude to your bento set later. So doing the course was like, okay, send gratitude, like grateful for the bento set. So when the bento set came and it's vegetarian and there's nothing exciting about vegetarian food, but when I ate the meal, it was the best, the most delicious vegetarian meal I ever had.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
yeah, something to do with energy and because
Yes.
sending gratitude to the bento that is coming.
Yes, exactly. So this time around, when we go to Penang, we all do the same thing. Be grateful to the bento set. It's really not easy, right? Really not easy to make sure everybody have food in our mouth on that day. A lot of logistics to arrange, and even the committee they have to consider so many things. Should I give tofu or should I give this or should I give that? Do I need a bit of sauce or no sauce? Or this is sweet, that is not sweet. Or people, there's a lot of things they have to put into thoughts. So we want to be grateful, all right? Maybe it's a food that I used to share, right? My husband because I'm very particular with my food. So when I order my Subway, it's no sauce one. So I will text to him, I want this. He say, come back, still salah. So when you come back salah, how? Last time I'll be very angry until I don't want to eat. Then I'll go, okay, I cook noodle. Then it's no good to eat instant noodle that often also, right? So then there are times, that I really, but last time when I was really very bad, I made him go and buy more food for me. I really do that before. Or I will get angry, I scrape out everything, I eat bread. Then he will feel so, I'm so bad, make you eat bread. But now I tell myself, and after that he really did mistake again. Then I realized that actually it's not his mistake. He really showed the menu to the staff. So maybe the staff is new, right? So end of the day, I try with the sauce. Then I remember we read somewhere, I can't remember which book exactly, there's Master also taught about this. So when you go and order something, when they serve you wrongly, instead of complaining, hey, 做错了, right? Maybe we just eat it. Maybe the universe is telling you to experience something new. Maybe you don't like chili. then you try a little bit. So master also tell us, right, when your wife cook too spicy, we don't complain. When she walk away, drink more water. So Mr. Siu, that is the tip. When Shirley cook too spicy, master say we still just eat. And then when she walk away, drink more water, right? Because he told us we need to understand the other person. There are times, remember I showed a video before about this Chinese New Year, this lady having dementia, and when she cooked, she put salt, she forgotten, she keep put salt again, and she keep taking photos of the family, and they were like, 很烦啊，为什么一直拍照? So when you put thoughts into why things happen, you will start to realize that actually 一餐两餐 okay 啦，没有关系. Like 一餐两餐 eat something with sauce, okay 啦，没有关系. Maybe because I've not tried that sauce before. So when I start to practice this, I realized that it will reduce our chance of having conflict, chance of upsetting the other person. So it makes our life more comforting for each other, right? Rather than every day is complaining. Until next time, buy food for you, also very scared. Then don't buy for you, also cannot. Buy for you, also very scared. Yeah, so end of the day, it already create the so-called discomfort among each other. You also create more problems in the relationship. Okay, and then when we go into our chapter 12, it says about the lucky effect of a house. Right, during the early days, Master do talk a little bit more feng shui, but nowadays he always tell us, end of the day is our individual magnetic field. Remember also in one of the 公修课, he was telling us, right? So in US, there's this Ryan and Amy, which is our host and member in US. So Ryan is right now a top property agent in Las Vegas. All right, so there was one occasion he brought Master to go and see some beautiful landed house that cost, don't know, 7-figure or 8-figure. Okay, so when Master walked in and said, oh, for the first time, okay, oh, okay, 很棒, 很棒. But then Master also tell us that in the end, you can have a great house to stay in, but if you yourself is very negative, you yourself don't have good energy magnetic field, end of the day, you will still find living in a great house, a big house, you still don't find happiness. Right? There are a lot of wealthy people who stay in landed property, got lift 1, lift 2, basement. Then they go home, they don't see a single soul. Right? When they go home, one children upstairs, one in the basement playing game, one inside karaoke. Then when he come back, you want to have a meal with a family, your whole dining table of 12 bags, only you yourself down there sitting eating. So you don't have the kind of warmth in the family. So everything is really about ourselves. We ourselves attract the positivity. So if we have good positivity in ourselves, if you go to a house, sometimes maybe some house may be lacking in certain way, but because we are the very high positive energy people, we have a great magnetic field. When we go in, we start to turn around the whole situation because we'll be attracting everything that's positive. All right, so and I think so feng shui, I mean, for me, I don't see feng shui. All the time, I don't see feng shui. But there are people who see feng shui, this door tilt here, that door tilt there. Because we do renovation, our customer also tell us, 财位啊，我做餐厅的财位啊。So the 财位 must be in that position that really cannot because all the M&E services don't allow. Right, then it makes it a bit difficult. Okay, by the end of the day, when we shifted the place, when the people who manage the restaurant manage it well, it still 还是会发财. The restaurant 还是会做得很好. Okay, so of course, we don't want to criticize all this feng shui matter, but we want to know for ourselves, especially after learning in Superlight Secret Code System, it's really all about our own magnetic field. 我们自己的磁场很重要. Okay. All right, so much we have said right now. Today we have a very young and she's a very lovely girl. No, when I spend time with her and the family in Taiwan, I just feel she's such a love, and she has grown up because when I see her from start, she was still very young back then. So let's welcome Esther. She's back from Taiwan. So let's have her to share with us.
感恩导师，感恩宇宙天地，感恩营运长，感恩主持人的邀约。Esther 要分享就是自己进入超马之前，就是自己很固执，然后有时候就是很像获得一个东西就会很骄傲这样子，对。然后进入超马之后，自己改变的是就是放下了固执，就是接受每一件事情，对，然后就发现好像是会慢慢变好， 就不会很像因为自己固执要一样东西得不到，就很像就会很失望这样子。现在就是自己会慢慢去接受，就是如果得不到自己想要的，另外一个可能是自己对自己会更好的。对，然后就比如自己的成绩，就是以前就是怎么考都是70分，最高也是70分。对，然后进入超马过后，也跟着导师学习，自己能量提升。也去年9月去了美国团之后，到现在自己的成绩也一直保留在80到100。对，然后还有很多事情就是，嗯，也慢慢的变好。对，就是跟自己家人的关系，以前就是妈妈讲什么，我就觉得你讲的都是错的，就是妈妈讲一句顶10句。对，然后不然就是听不进去妈妈讲的东西，一直觉得很吵，就一直关着耳朵。可是现在会接受，就是所有人就是讲自己就是哪里需要改啊，自己能接受。对，然后也跟家人的关系变得很好。之前就是一直就是妈妈一讲一句就是不想听，就是吵架啊，然后家庭气氛也闹到很僵。跟弟弟就是，可能我坐在那边，他就会动我，然后我就会喊，然后两个就打架。对，然后因为参加导师各种活动，然后自己的能量提升过后，现在弟弟都会给我碰他，不然就是抱他。哇，这个是超级感动。重点是这次回来，妈妈就跟弟弟说不要让我回来，让我留在台湾。他说不可以，他自己他讲他要拿他存的钱买机票给我回来。哇，非常的感动。对，然后进入超马之后，就是自己的很多事情都改变，也慢慢变好。还有就是自己以前讲话不会那么顺畅，也是参加导师的去年6月的活动过后，回来之后，那时候佩妮阿姨就问瑞婷 Esther，就是问，诶，你有没有发现你讲话变顺畅？当时就回去想了很久，感觉很像是有哦，不会很像很恐惧，就是跟人家讲话不自信，完全不敢开口讲话这样子。非常感恩导师哦。让瑞婷收获那么多，也感恩导师，因为有导师才有超级生命密码，让自己改变了很多，也让自己在就是很多难题遇到很多难题的时候，都有很多贵人出现帮忙自己哦，所以才导致难题有解。感恩导师，感恩大家。
Hey, thank you, Esther, for her sharing. Wow, she has grown up, 长大了. Okay, do allow me to do a translation of what she said. So before joining Super Life Secret Code, Esther is a very stubborn person. Okay, and she used to be easily become very proud because of some achievement in whatever thing she do. So after learning Super Life Secret Code, she has actually learned to let go her stubbornness. By doing so, you actually need to let go your egoism, right? So she has actually also done that, and she starts to learn to accept things more wholeheartedly. Okay, she used to be very disappointed when she can't achieve certain things, but now if she can't achieve certain things in life, she will first do self-reflection and find out the reason why she's not achieving it. And she used to, her education results was always at the point about 70 marks last time. And ever since she joined Super Life Secret Code, the US trip last September, she went to US. And since that trip, she came back, she's able to maintain her results at 80 to 100 points every time. And her relationship with the family has improved tremendously. So she used to have a lot of disagreement with the mother. So her mother is also one of our hosts, Jennifer, right? So she always has a lot of disagreement with the mom. So when the mom shared things to her, give her some advice, she will always wants to argue back. and she cannot absorb what the kind of things the mother is telling her. So now she learned to more to listen, and then she's more willing to accept and then make changes to herself. So with that, her relationship with the whole family has actually improved a lot. And she has a very, very cute brother, right? We all know Xiang Xiang, right? Kai Xiang, very, very cute. So Ah Xiang is always here, sometimes on the Sunday with the father. So you don't see him every time hide behind the curtain. Actually, he's also listening one. Yeah, because sometimes when we eat, 我们在吃饭的时候, he will say, 导师说, 导师说, yeah, so he's actually also listening. Okay, and last time she and the brother always likes to fight. When they want to touch each other, sometimes because their age gap is a little bit of age gap. So when we touch the brother, sometimes the brother is agitated, or when the brother disturbs her, she's agitated. So they will end up starting to fight with each other. But now they can hug, they can touch. And I still remember the last trip when she came, Xiang Xiang want her to sleep in the same room, 对不对？一起睡觉哈。And then Xiang Xiang wants her to fetch him from school every day. 他要你每天去接他，对不对？So you see the difference in that. And recently this trip, the mother was jokingly telling Xiang Xiang, 姐姐不回来了，姐姐就在台湾. She will say, oh, my sister is not coming back. She'll continue to stay in Taiwan. Then Xiang Xiang say, no, I'm going to use my hard-earned, my savings, okay, from probably all the festival gifts. I want to use my savings and buy an air ticket so that the sister can come back to Singapore. So you see, at such a young age, he already has these thoughts that family needs to be united. Okay, and she used to be someone which her speech is not so fluent. Okay, and last year after the June event, she didn't realize it, but then one of our volunteer did ask her, did you realize that now your way of speaking become more and more fluent? Then she realized actually that's true. Okay, so this is something why, because your energy has also been uplifted. So a lot of things, your body, mind, and soul has also starts to align. So she's very grateful for Master Ted-san because we have Master. That's why we have Super Life Secret Code. And then now, especially when she faces challenges in life, a lot of life benefactor will just come along the way to help. So in conclusion, actually, a lot of things still goes back to our self-help, people's help, universe help, right? So same thing. If back then Esther don't want to come to Super Life Secret Code system, she will not be who she is today. So last year, Taiwan trip, I was in Taiwan. We stayed in the same hotel as them. So I spent most of my days with them that time. And she was already, doing volunteer services, stepping out to help everything. And we want to go and collect our bento lunch. Wow, she ran faster than anybody else to find us where to get our bento lunch. And at the end of the class, they book private transport. I'm so blessed, I don't have to arrange anything. I really just follow. Then she was the first one to always go to the car park and find a car to make sure all of us go up to the car. Yeah, so you see, so in this system, a lot of things will change when we first change. So this system is there for us to help us. Master tell us that his door is always open, but end of the day is whether we want to walk into this system, if we walk in, are we in wholeheartedly? Did we really say a firm yes to ourselves that we want to practice, that we want to make life better for ourselves? Okay, anybody got anything to add after hearing Esther's sharing? No? Yeah. Okay, so let's go into our second book. So our second book is one of a very important book as well. This is the second book that I read after I get hold of Super Life Secret Code, that first book. And this book is When the Source is Connected, Abundance is So Simple. So before reading this book, I always think abundance means money. But then I realize now actually abundance is not just about money. Abundance comes in many, many, many forms. And to me now, abundance is really the richness in my heart. The richness in my heart is really a full abundance that I find that that's my greatest achievement. So this book is very, very good, especially if you're new in the system, if you're having challenges practicing some of the essential steps, 1, 2, 3, some of visualization. Actually, in this book, in the conversation between master and the student, he actually take us through very, very clearly how to do some of this visualization step as well. Okay, so we're going to pass the mic over to Mr. Seal and Adeline. That's going to read first the book cover, then the back cover before we turn into the book. All right, over to you.
Okay. Super Life Secret Codes. When the source is connected, abundance is so simple, by Master Ted-san. Sometimes the opportunity knocks, but we are not ready because we lack the capacity or capability. This book teaches the tools to ensure that we have sufficient capacity and are capable. When the source is connected, you will be like a GPS and constantly monitor yourself to make sure you are on the right track. If you fall off track, make a U-turn and get back on track as soon as possible. When all means are exhausted, changes will be triggered. Once changes have taken place, solution emerge and you will have abundance, embracing the happiness generated by Super Life Secret Codes.
Right. So we're gonna first turn to page 65.
65.
Yes.
65找到吗？65 OK 可以。
The secrets to attract bliss, step 5. Set firm belief. Master, I'm really grateful for the teachings from you. I really feel if I'm wholeheartedly execute what I am being taught, I will be close to the love of the universe and a blissful life.
Correct. Every step and every point I brought up to you are critical. To shorten your distance towards the blissful life. If you execute and experience all the methods in Super Life Secret Codes, there is no reason to be not blissful. If you do not expect zero result, no matter how many methods you have, there is a Chinese saying, as heaven maintains vigor through movement, a good man should constantly strive for self-perfection.
How do we strive for perfection?
That needs an endless flow of force, continuous execution, and self-motivation towards the path of a blissful life. If you lose your faith or connection, you may end up getting lost, and that will be difficult to correct and be dangerous.
Sometimes I feel defeated when I'm faced with issues. What should I do?
There's a way to keep patting yourself on the back and firmly tell yourself that you are a fortunate one. If you still feel you are below others, you do not have enough confidence, or you have weak willpower, then that means you have not effectively carried out the methods.
I now understand. How do I attract bliss into my life? I will do my practice very diligently.
A final reminder, the Super Life Secret Codes has led you to the door of a blissful life, and you must implement the necessary. Guard against your heart. Sincerely repent and make your pledge feel grateful every second, and enhance your energy field for love. When you have done all this effectively, you will be close to bliss. On top of this, practice the sun meditation in Super Life Secret Codes to boost your energy and prevent leakage.
I also need to assess myself every day to see if I have improved.
Wow, you have studied well. Yes, with this, your bliss will be sustainable. Remember, no one can do this for you. You have to do it yourself. When you help yourself, you will be able to resonate with the universe. The cycle is always help yourself, help by others, and then help by the universe.
How long will it take us to resonate with the universe?
How fast it can be. Your connection and resonance with the universe could take place in a split second. If you hold the right know-how and you execute steps 1, 2, 3 faithfully, I can guarantee you will hold bliss in your life in no time. Let us end here today.
All right, I'm filled with bliss now, and I'm grateful to you, Master.
All right, then we're going to turn to section 3. We're going to start from page 70, and I would think today we just continue to
To
end at page
70.
73.
Oh,
Yeah.
73.
No, we start from 70. Instead of ending at 71, let's end at 73 before the secret one.
Okay.
I think we should finish up this whole section itself.
Okay, we
Yes.
start. Self-reflection
Mm.
3 times daily. Positive energy is the key to creation of abundance. Last session, we spoke about eradicating the impact of negative energy and plugging all leaks of energy flow. Today, we shall further focus on mastering positive energy to create abundance.
Wow, Master, every sections get more interesting.
When we were young, we received education. Then we completed our degree and entered society and started earning money for our living. People with high level of academic qualification may not make it to a high level of achievement in their career. Many with a high level of academic qualification may not make it to a high level of success in their lives. Nowadays, people are busy working from 9 to 5. They should have plenty of money, but the truth is, many can hardly make ends meet.
Many of my friends complain that their salary is not enough to last throughout the months. They don't even know how they spend all their money.
Every month they have problems making ends meet. Some people are not bothered with this issue. They feel they are not poor, they just unknowingly spend excessively. However, their complaints toward the insufficiency of life has gradually found poverty in them.
Occasional complaints can cause the form of poverty. Is this is it that serious?
Of course, abundance can be simple, but can be affected by your wrong thoughts or concept. If you vent out your frustration by complaining and nagging, it can drain your energy every time. And if this happens too often, your positive energy will leave you and you will suffer challenges in life.
It is painful to be poor. Nobody wants his life or her life to be poor. In what ways can we be free from poverty and have abundance?
I always say this: money is a form of energy. As long as you have leaks in any part of your body, mind, or soul, your money will flow out. The unintentional emotional fluctuations, like complaints and frustrations, are source of leaks.
Everyone hopes to pass their day peacefully. However, in the 24 hours of a day, we are faced with so many people, things, and events. It is rather difficult to not to have emotional frustration or not to complain or nag. Therefore, it's difficult to maintain a stable emotion.
Hence, this becomes the leak for energy. Even though you try to control your spending, you still can't make ends meet. This means you have not guarded against the leaks of your energy. So, even though you can earn more than your colleague, you feel your colleague is happier and better off and has a higher living standard than you. In this case, what should you think about?
The leak causing money energy waste.
No. Oh, yes, sorry. Yes. I see the second word. Yes. No matter what level you are, whether you make 10,000, 50,000, or 200,000, when you have leaks, your energy will continue to be wasted to a point that your life cannot be sustained.
But many expenses are unavoidable. Can we do installments plan when we do not have enough to pay?
Have you thought about why there are so many installment schemes? Although you feel many of these plans are needed and justified, but after servicing all these installments, you are left with nothing to spend and zero saving. which also creates a scarcity consciousness in you. This poverty and scarcity consciousness, repeated day by day, year by year, will finally reach a point of no return.
Many people live their lives in this model. Then when they becomes old, they end up surviving only with their social security.
If you want to avoid such a model, when you grow old, please start asking yourself, while you are still young, whether you have the right mindset towards abundance, whether you can create a path for yourself towards abundance. This has a very close relationship with the homework you need to carry out in your current life.
All right. Thank you, our
Thank
reading
you.
angel, Mr. Sue and Adeline. And we'd like to invite Mr. Sue to do a little bit of sharing and reflection of the passage that we have just read.
Okay, today we have went through this, how we want, I believe everybody wish to go through to have a blissful life. So Master have taught us in some of the chapter, we need to take note. Over here, there's a final reminder. The super life secret codes has lead you to the door of a blissful life. And you must implement it, the necessary things that we do. First, guard against your heart. Sincerely repent and make your pledge. Feel grateful every second and enhance your energy field for love. When you have done all this effectively, you will have close to bliss. So I guess everybody wish to have a good life and blissful life. So on top of this, we need to practice the sun meditation in Super Life Secret Codes to boost our energy and prevent leakage. Also, there's part that Master has also tell us, remember, no one can do this for you. You have to do it yourself. Also, there's a part that show you, if you hold the know-how and you execute steps 1, 2, 3 faithfully, I can guarantee you, you will hold bliss in your life in no time. So in the chapter 3, we have this statement written, but Master also tell us. I guess this thing, many of us, even until now, even though we practice, we may fail to follow very closely. That is, if you vent your frustration by complaining and nagging, so we must take note, it can drain your energy every time. And if this happens too often, your positive energy will leave you and you will suffer challenges in life. Actually, whatever Master tell us to do, we need to guard all these things. That's why he tell us guard. It's meaning if we can fail. So we need to guard it. If you don't guard it, sometimes we fail. We will get into frustration and we start to complain, nag, all these kind of things. So these are the things. And another thing, Master also remind us, money is a form of energy. The unintentional emotional fluctuation, like complaints and frustration, are our source of leaks. I guess I will share till here. So, but if we wish to, actually in this abundance book I read through, as I read, I guess many times when I read, I hope you all can capture it, but otherwise, I suggest we go back and read again. Because there's a lot of things that Master tell us what to do, how to do it, even our gratitude ring, hymn and all this stuff. It's all inside. Sometimes we probably just go through it, but we may not realize we are actually been advised way before how we think about doing it. So those are the things. So that's why when I read, it's in some of the chapter, it's very important for us to remember and capture it and use it when we really think that we are lacking our energy. Okay, that's all for the day. That's what I go through.
All right.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Mr. Siu. Okay, so today we first read on the from page 65, secrets to attract bliss, step number 5, right? Which is to set firm belief, right? Who does a lot of goal setting in life? Gina, you're laughing. Yes, Miss you do a lot of goal setting, right? So maybe you can share with us what kind of goal you set. I mean, do you about your career direction or what kind of goal setting normally you set in life?
Which one? The as in the format one or on the super big one?
Probably we can say more format one because format one is something probably more measurable, right? Something that closer to what you can achieve. Yeah.
Getting the degree.
Yes, getting the degree. Yeah. So you see, Misu has a very clear direction, getting the degree. So when you have a clear direction, not only that, you need to set firm belief, right? You need to have this belief that you're embarking on this journey to getting a degree, right? So if not, you just say getting a degree. Then every day people ask you, what do you wish for? Getting a degree. But you don't have a firm belief because you don't have a firm belief. Once you don't have a firm belief, you will start to lose a lot of direction, right? So in our system, what is our firm belief? Believe in? Yeah, we believe in love. So we need to stand very strong and firm in this belief that we have. Why? Because if this whole world is all connected with love, I think we will have a lot of peaceful life, right? Every other day, so many news, right? This person fighting, that person fighting. In Hong Kong shopping mall, people also fight. In the streets of Thailand, people also fight. Because why? All this could be due to a lot of miscommunication. Maybe due to sometimes that you caught the person at the wrong moment. But if everybody can even love a stranger and take the person's action as your own action, and you can reflect why that person do that certain action. When you have a very strong love, you will definitely bring down your level of anger, right? So same thing, when you want to have a degree, you must, of course, must study, right? So you also must love to study. So if you don't love to study, if you don't put in effort, yeah lah, because in civilized legal code, when we guai, sometimes got universe power, then we get good results. But like Esther, she will not get 80 to 100 just because she sit there, I want to get 80 to 100. But because she is already doing what she needs to do as a volunteer in this journey. She has already set herself a very clear goal in her cultivation journey. So when you are being the right child that's appointed by the universe, you need to grip and grab the whole of the opportunity. So in order to do that, you need to grow within this opportunity. You grab the opportunity, you need to grow within the opportunity. So how to grow within the opportunity? That means keep coming to master's class. His 公修课 every Sunday is really very important. Okay, so when you first started, sometimes you cannot connect, it's okay. Then you go back and read more books, listen to more of his YouTube channel. Then you will start to realize that there are more and more things you can resonate easily with master. Okay, and as what Mr. Siu also mentioned, master's book, sometimes you read one time, you don't understand. You keep reading. Keep reading. Even the song. The first time the song come out, 很好听啊. But maybe we do not understand the real meaning behind the song. But when you keep listening it over and over and over again, listening to the lyrics and reading the lyrics, then you will realize that there is a lot of meaning actually inside that song, right? So we need to set very firm belief. And in our system, we really encourage everybody to have this strong belief in the love. So we really have this unconditional love from Master. Then we ask ourselves, are we also giving out unconditionally to people around us? Right? So when Master share things with us, when Master teach us, all he asks for is for us to become a better person. Right? He don't expect you to do this in return for him. He don't expect that, oh, you have to do this, buy this thing, do that thing. All he wants us to is he wants us to spread this love to every corner of the world. But in order to spread this love, we need to first upgrade ourselves. So he always asks us, 你们要精进, means that you really need to have progression. You need to improve yourself. Then that's where we will add value to ourselves. And we come to the next chapter. Today we started on self-reflection 3 times daily. Positive energy is the key to creation of abundance. So in order to create abundance, we also need to do reflection. right? So let's say if I want to do, have abundance in my relationship with my husband, I also, before I want to 营造, I must first 反求诸己嘛. What are the things that I didn't do enough to 营造 the environment? I cannot just go next to him and try to 营造 something and without reflecting what I didn't do well the last time. Maybe it's the way I approach talking to him that maybe makes him upset. Then I need to, so when the opportunity is there, we also need to know how to make use of the opportunity. So we cannot anyhow just go and 营造. At the end of the day, we want to go and 营造 a time where Mr. Siu is busy cleaning the floor. Suddenly Miss Shirley go next to him, oh honey, and then he was like, yeah, 做什么啦？我在扫地. You know, so it's at the right time. So in fact, we always learn this, right? You talk to the people at the right time, at the right place. Right? You don't talk to someone when, imagine he's vacuuming the floor and Shirley want to say, hey, there's this new song, you must listen. But he's vacuuming the floor, it's already so noisy. And then you'll be shouting all over. Then because he cannot hear, then you get angry. So you want to 营造 because you wanted him to listen to a new song that Master has just launched, but you told him at the wrong timing. At the end of the day, he may get upset. He will get upset and say, how come you never see that I'm doing something? You know, and you're demanding my attention. So all these things is like a domino effect, right? So we need to learn to break it down to small little elements. Then that's where you can do a lot of reflection on small little steps, right? Able to do reflection 3 times a day. What is the most easy way to do it? Can anybody tell me? How can you get inspired to do reflection every day? Ellen, want to make a guess? Attitude to everything, that's one of the attitude to everything. So the way to actually make yourself do reflection is to write your journal. Yeah, because that's where I learn to do more reflection of myself, because I need to write journal ma. So when you want to write, sometimes blank one eh. Sometimes we really blank. And we could have already done a lot of things that day. We have already reflected a lot of things of the day, but we suddenly can turn blank. Then the more I have to go into deep thoughts to really think, oh, what happened? It could be something that happened today, something that happened yesterday, or something that I read, or something that I heard. Then from everything, you try to do a reflection. So when you want to write your daily journal, you will definitely put yourself in the situation that you need to do reflection. Because writing journal is not writing their diary. Today I eat char siu rice. I eat char siu rice. After that, I drink sugar cane. So it's not about that. So writing our journal is to actually do reflection of the day. On which area that we could have done things better, or if we have done something wrong on that day that causes someone to be upset, then we need to reflect. Now, because of my action, it causes someone discomfort. So what could I actually improve? Right. So we encourage everybody to write journal, because that is really a time for you to learn to do reflection, because you pen yourself down for a good 10-15 minutes and to be very focused. So start with, never mind, 1 sentence, also good. 1 sentence, 2 sentence, 3 sentence, then you start to realize that actually you got a lot of things to write every day. Yeah. So since 2022, if I'm not wrong, is April 20th or April 8th, I can't remember the exact day, but that's the time I first decided that I need to write my journal every day. So I set the target. So the only time I never write my journal is where during COVID, I was sick, and during sometimes when I was sick, I didn't. And after that, because we are a host, so we have to be even more self-disciplined. So since then, we have never stopped writing a journal. I still remember during the last year trip with the US trip, I was sharing room with Rebecca. So you write journal on our bed ma, then 半夜了嘛, we write until the phone drop onto our own forehead. One night is drop onto myself. Second night she dropped onto her own forehead also, because we know that it's a task that we need to accomplish, and we appreciate that task, not that we write for the sake of writing. Master wants us to write so that we reflect, so that we can have better reflection, so that we don't want to repeat the same mistake that we have done for that day. Okay, sometimes I also to write. Then okay, never mind. I go and watch YouTube. Or I go and listen to Masters. My watching YouTube is watching Masters the YouTube lah. I'll go and listen. Then sometimes I'll go and see those clips or some 分享会 whatever. Then you listen to some people sharing. Then you can connect. So that's how you can find ways to write. Another way is go back to 弟子规. When you go back to 弟子规, you realize that there's a lot of things you have not done enough. There's a lot of things that you have not repented completely. Same thing when you're doing essential step 1, 2, 3. 不懂要忏悔什么了，没有东西忏悔了。But when you go back to your 弟子规, oh, wow, I still got so many things. All right. So it's good that you can actually write down. Then you start to strike off all the things that you have repented and all the mistakes, all your bad temper, all your bad habits. Okay, so when we want to repent, we repent to our mistake. We also repent to our negative energy. All right, so these are the 2 things that we always want to repent to. Okay, then you list it down one by one. So if you are still new in doing the essential step 1, 2, 3, I really encourage you to go to YouTube. I mean, go to the richestlife.com website, subscribe to the episode 1, 上集下集. Master talk very, very detailed about how to do your essential step 1, 2, 3. There are also short YouTube that he has shared before. Okay, so Master always tell us, in this book, how many visualization method we have in this book? We have 9. But he always tell us if we don't apply your essential step 1, 2, 3, and if you don't do it right, you do the rest, you will not get the result. You will not get the impact. Okay, so that's why basic essential step 1, 2, 3 is always the most important. Okay, then that gives you a lot of realization. Okay, so at this point of time, I want to do a little bit of exercise with everybody. No test, don't worry. Okay, so we are reading this part about reflection, right? So I think it's a good time. All of us put in a little bit of thoughts. Okay, so we're going to play a song. And then I want you all to actually start to put on your thinking cap and reflect on 3 things that happened to you today, yesterday, or the day before, or anything that come by your mind. So learn to do reflection, because self-reflection is one of our 14 homework, 反求诸己, right? If you want, you can turn around, look at the mirror and look at yourself and reflect now, because you've got a big mirror there, right? Let's try to do that, because why we want to do this reflection, because the more we can self-reflect, the more we can identify our own problem, right? Esther 也是这样的，对吗？因为反求诸己，才知道自己的问题在哪里。因为你不反求诸己呢，你就永远都是别人的问题，永远不会是自己的问题。So we need to do that. We need to practice that. Okay, so let's do a practice. We're going to play a song. And then everybody, if you want a pen or paper, you let me know. If not, you can do reflection in your mind. You can close your eyes, listen to the song, but don't fall asleep. You can write down on your handphone, okay, and do reflection. You can reflect more than 3 things, okay, because they encourage us to reflect 3 times daily. But doesn't mean one time only one thing can reflect, right? So there's a lot of things we can reflect. You can even reflect, like Alan can reflect, oh, what I could have done better when I have a dinner opportunity with Lai Lai, or what is the thing that I should have make it more perfect. So do a lot of reflection. Yeah. I'm so happy to see last week then they are in LTC, right? They sing, they shared, right? And they were holding hands. So when I saw that photo, I felt it was so lovely. Were you there? Yeah. So I thought it was so lovely. So through a song, when they sing together, they have a lot of reflection. Okay, so you see, Masters has a lot of tools. In Masters teaching, his songs, his book, his YouTube, abstract, everything has a lot of tools that help us to trigger our point, to trigger our reflection point. But it's how we actually apply it. Okay, so it's like 听歌，不只是听歌，我们要了悟。We need to have reflection to understand the songs. You need to understand what Master is saying. Okay? All right, so we're going to play the song. Everybody, let's do this exercise. We want to do a reflection of 3 things that you could have done better, or 3 things that you feel that you have not really even touched on that point to make yourself better. Okay, let's start. You can close your eyes and do your reflection, or if you want to write it down, you can actually do that.
Mm.
已经沉在心肠，一步一行等天使锦上，唤着梦想奔赴天地深层，烽火雨尘更显本来真。 天地不尽，为我心疼。应运而生，一再启程。星辰能成真。黄金宇宙在进行旅程，黄金人生生生生生，为平人不停，努力成神。中用真心如春，繁华繁星间，奔赴的梦成真。心声待月披星辰，再起星辰。一步一心，等前世今生。怀着梦想，奔赴天地深层。烽火与尘，等闲本来真。天地不尽，为我心疼。应运而生，一再倾城。星辰成真。空间都在进行着，在星星黄金人生生生生生。生不停不停，为他努力成神。在风中用真心铸成，繁华繁星竞争，想成真。黄金星辰。正在起黄金的星辰，繁华繁星间的梦想成真。成真，起星辰。
Okay, you can gently open your beautiful eyes. I see a lot of people are already in deep thoughts. Are you sleeping already? All right, Amy, would you like to share? I know Amy was really focusing, doing a lot of reflection. Yeah, come do a short sharing with us. How do you feel? What have you reflected? Or yeah, anything that you feel that sharing with us today?
Thank you, Master. Thank you, Universe, and thank you, Sun Papa, and thank you for this opportunity to share. Recently, my family have a lot of issue. I'm still trying to handle it one by one. In fact, just now I was being delayed because I have a conference call with somebody regarding my family issue. So, in fact, every morning I've been reflecting, is it that it has to do with my helper at home, okay? So I've been trying to retain her at home, telling myself that, okay, maybe universe sent her here to make me realize that where is the issue, no? It's a lot of reflections that I've been asking myself, no? It cannot be one-way traffic. It cannot be that things happen for just one person, no? It has to be like two ways, as she's invited to my house. As much as I wanted her to be a part of the family, because I always believe that if you want to live together, you have to be committed in the family too, you know. Just like when we are working, if we are committed in the office, and we will find a joy to go to work rather than to drag our feet. So I was asking myself, am I really too much to expect her to have a certain standard, no? So I do have a lot of reflection, especially recently. Every morning I've been asking myself, Son Papa, why like that? So I start my habit again. A lot of why, you know? So like this afternoon I was at home and I realized that light sauce, one bottle, 1 week, one bottle. I cannot take it. So I explained to her, I say that you may take very salty food in your house, but you have to understand in Singapore, we don't eat like that, you know? And you have to understand that it's not that I don't want to pay for this. I rather stinge on this, no, and stinge on the medical fees, no. I rather spend getting natural food, better food, than to see doctor. I said you have to think about for yourself because you are young and also for your family. Because once it's gone, no? I need my kidney. I told her, I need my kidney. I need my health, no? So can you just put a little bit lesser? And if you find it no taste, you can put a light sauce for yourself, you know? Ma'am, not salty. I say it's salty. She will argue with me like this. So I was thinking myself, am I like that in the office? You know, I reflect, you know. So I told her, I said that, you've been to my office. Do you see that I tell my boss that I don't want my room like this? I don't like my things to be in this way. I cannot say that because I'm working in the office, you know. And when I'm in the office, whether I like the person or not, I still greet the person. I still greet my boss, you know, and fellow colleague. Hey, hi, morning, and all that, because she been to my office. Then I say that people don't owe you a life, you know, to be grumpy and all that. Not that I look very strict, and I also grumpy, you know. But like all this happening, you know, I'm telling myself, just as I was sitting there, yes, we can compromise to a certain extent, you know, but should I just let go, you know, so that she may find a better family that fit into how she behave, you know, or else am I hindering her to have a better life? She may not be comfortable and she will not be happy. I mean, imagine myself, you know, if I'm not happy going to office, you know, I think it's very tormenting, you know. Then I also tell myself, yeah, the salary so low. If I change, I have to pay agency fees. I start calculating, you know. So I tell myself that, hey, you start your shimpun, backers again, like this, you know. So in a way, I'm telling myself, tomorrow I got to talk to Son Papa again already, you know. You know, I usually would talk to my Son Papa, you know. I said, look, low tao la, I sometimes I call. I said, Son Papa, why like that? Huh? What would you do? Tell me, you know, the revelations, you know. Give me the revelation. How should it be, you know? So just now you mentioned something that I said, oh, okay. So and I'm very grateful to the universe is that every time, you can say it's coincident or anything, there is always messenger around. Always there is messenger around. They will tell you a sentence or two for us to be reflective on it. So there is always messenger or messages for us to receive. It's only whether we are aware of it or not. And the universe is really very great. Despite my willfulness, I'm quite a stubborn person and very willful. Sun Papa has been always there and really send the blessing and has always been patient with us. So I also say that I really love the sun. And always when I see the sun, it's a constant reminder for myself, that the sun has been giving us the warmth, the light, is to, for myself, is a constant reminder to me that when I feel the heat, hey, better wake up, do something about it. And coming to SLSC, it's like I'm coming back to the home path. I'm coming back to the home path. Yes, I'm still learning. And even the essential 1, 2, 3, it's not so easy for me to sit still, But recently I found the Taiwan channel, the 7:30 was very good for me. It's only half an hour. 7:30 to 8 o'clock was very, very good. I find it very enlightening, 7:30 to 8. I just listen to it and they sing song and they practice giving thanks, 爱与感恩, to the what? To the 天地 and they give blessing to everybody, They on the spot mic and give. So I say, hey, this is very enlightening, It's better than quiet time and all that, you see. We have reading and all that, many times I could not really understand some of the words and all that. But the sharing and all that is like, it bring up all these things, And one of the that sometime last week, somebody mentioned something that it answered my doubt, My first time when I was in Taiwan, I was sitting with Mr. Ho on the same row. I saw the golden dust. I saw the golden dust and I did not realize that was golden dust. As usual, I will take picture, then do translation, right? I take picture, I say, hey, what is all this? How come my picture got all the bling, 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 Then I do not know what was it, Then until Mr. Ho was telling me, hey, do you see or not? 金光点. Because that time I was quite new, you see. Then somebody beside me was telling me, hey, you have 金光点 on your handphone, Then I said, take a picture. Then I tell myself, now I say, I should have video, right? Then I can see how it. So I have a few pictures that show the 金光点. But recently, when I attend some of the, I don't see the 金光点. It caused me panic, It caused me panic. I say, say for my blessing gone, or what, Then that morning guy, Stanley from Taiwan, he mentioned something about this 金光点, I said, wow. He said that not everybody will see, even he himself, he hardly see. I said, wow, he already hardly see, then I'm still normal. That gave me a bit of concern because I was really doubting, during that period of time, I was really doubting, what have I done that I don't have that, Regarding visualization, I'm not a person who can visualize things. I cannot visualize. I cannot draw. I cannot visualize. So can you imagine my composition like I'm butterfly or whatever? I cannot imagine. I cannot write those. So I cannot visualize. And this was being brought up. So I thought it's very good learning journey that he mentioned that we should not feel lousy about it. Every one of us practice differently. and we have so-called our connection with the universe and Sang Papa in a different way. So I do confess that, sorry, Sang Papa, I doubted you for a moment of time. Okay? Thank you so much for this opportunity.
All right. Thank you, Amy. Wow. See, 有在学习的. It's very good that she has actually done a lot of all this deep reflection. It's not those surface 的东西 Very, very good deep reflection. Yes, and I have to also remind everybody, don't worry whether 看得到看不到. Master always tell us, because when you worry 看得到看不到, you try to force to see things, then you see a lot of things that you may scare yourself. All right, so it's okay. It doesn't mean that if you don't see, you're not doing it right. Especially when you go to big event, like 大型活动, because Master will be there in front of us on the stage. He will be leading us to do our visualization exercise. So sometimes, you know, in his course of leading us, you oh, 看山了有山了山山，快点出来，快点出来。Then you start to force the sun to come out, right? 没有上山，哎呦上什么山？那个山没有上去嘞。Right. So sometimes after that we go and eat together. Then sometimes we will like share, right, our reflection. 诶，你刚才的心法怎么样啊？ Then after that they will say, yeah, 捞金啊，我捞不到嘞，找不到嘞，找不到哎。So it's okay. All right. Doesn't mean that you cannot visualize what Master see means you're not doing it right. As long as what's most important that you need to do right is for that moment when doing the visualization, you really need to let go all your distraction. You need to breathe normally and follow, and you need to learn to practice that when you close your eyes, all you listen is only Master's voice. Sometimes there's a lot of interruptions, which is normal because sometimes our negative energy is also disturbing us, right? So that's why our posture, right? So when you go to a big event, it's really very important. It's not only big event, in the normal days, our posture, right? We don't want to slouch because when the slouch is normal, slouching, the more normal you slouch, right? So I also learned along the way that every time I want to sit very straight. Yeah, I want to sit very straight to really focus. So you must tell yourself focus, but don't force the image out of you. Because when you keep forcing, 导师已经讲到别的地方了, then you're still trying to force that 上山 then 我还没有找到那个楼梯, you know? Yeah, so it's okay. So just follow the flow. And it's okay if you sleep. Okay? There are times that I sleep because I just feel so peaceful. But after I sleep, when I sleep, actually I'm still listening to Master's voice. Then after the whole thing, I still feel like I'm so uplifted. Because why? Our soul are also being cleansed. So it's okay that you don't see. 金光点 really not all of us can see, right? So you don't 有金光点，哦哟哇 today 看到金光点，每次都要看到金光点 not true, but it's true that 金光点 is all over. So Master always tell us in every classes, you know, there's always a lot of 护法, like things that we cannot see, we cannot touch, but sometimes we can feel. We can feel the positivity around us, right? So whether sometimes you want to know whether you're doing it right. In this book, when the source is abundance, when the source comes to abundance is simple. In the visualization, I think we read before in the earlier pages, right? They told us when you do repentance, sometimes you feel some kind of warmth, some kind of tickling, then you know whether you are doing it correct. So why this book is so good? Because it really tells us in a very simple term, all the explanation behind it. And for those who wants to practice to do 导师相应法, all right, we have a poster that can guide you through the 导师相应法. In this book, later on, they also tell us how to do 导师相应法. So if you can practice that, it's very good because every Sunday, after the 公修课, when you attend in a class, when after the break, our toilet break, when we come back, Master will always lead us into it. So then you will do 导师相应法. So when I first came also, when I was like, then I asked my friend, what are they doing? 什么是导师相应法？讲相应。Yeah, so she asked me to read. So when I read, then there was a poster. Then after that, I realized. So that's where we can communicate. But we need to have our cultivation journey uplifted. 你才跟导师相应到。So sometimes you say, 哦，相应不到，导师没有听到我要的，导师没有听到我的问题。Then you ask yourself, did you 如法实修? Did you do your basic homework every day? Right? Did you really practice what you learn? So many times when we can't get things in the way that we wish it could be, always first do reflection. Second, tell yourself you need to be even more diligent to do what master teaches us to do. So there's really a lot of platform, like what Amy say. Morning platform, there's so many breakfast, they call it the breakfast 分享, half an hour. They have from Taiwan, they have from Malaysia, right? Even for those in the US, they have a afternoon timing, but because we are working, so we cannot log in. But some of people who work from home, they can even log in. There's so many. And the website has recently revamped. So if you go to the website, it's a brand new look. Okay, they are in the midst of doing a lot of English translation. So when you go to the website, now there's so many, and they make it very user friendly. 要正能量歌曲就是看正能量歌曲 all the songs are there. Okay, and then you want to listen to all the previous 公修课 as long as you subscribe to the 公修课 you can listen to all the replay. So there's a lot of tools up there. So it's whether did we use the tools to help us to upgrade ourselves. Okay, right, anybody has got anything else to add? Okay, so if not, then just be reminded today we will end 5 minutes earlier. And let me see. Sui, do you think we have time for the video? How long is the video? 6 minutes. Okay, then we will play it the next round, or we can share it to the group chat. There's another new introductory video to 725, 726. It starts with 天地四者福满天. So it's trying to tell us that when we are embarking on this journey, and if you're ready to step up as a volunteer, why you see a lot of, especially if you log into Friday night volunteers meeting, right? They always invite volunteers to come out to share. You will realize that when you step on a volunteer, sometimes it's a way to keep you aligned in the system, because you know you are a 志工. You know there are some basic things that we need to achieve, so it keeps you aligned. So if you're someone that you feel that easily you get astray, maybe it's good to step up to be a volunteer. Learn to be a volunteer. Don't worry about how I cannot commit this day, that day. It's okay. Even in our class, you can tell me, oh, Ellie, I want to help her to do registration. Oh, then Mr. Siu don't need to sit there when he comes in. So someone can take over to do this registration. Because by doing so, you're also giving yourself a chance to step up. Right? A chance to step up so that you can also upgrade yourself in many, many ways. Actually, registration is very helpful, I know, because that's the person write every person's name. You get to meet everybody that comes in. So you are the first impression. In the office also, your receptionist is always the first impression. Whether you answer the phone or when the person walks in, it's always the first impression. So this person sits there also represent, right? You remember in 公修课, I think 2 weeks ago, Master was mentioning, right? In Taiwan, right? He saw, was it Taiwan or Malaysia? I can't remember, sorry. So he mentioned he was looking at all the classroom before 公修课, people go there want to register, and then the volunteers say, 去那里吧. That you don't even have eye contact with the person, right? So it's very, very important. Okay, so the more when we are in supervised secret code, the more when we put on our uniform, the more we must really make sure we put up a good attitude, right, of ourselves, because we represent the system. So we first represent ourselves, and we represent the system, and we represent master. So you don't want to 这边哇，我跟你讲哈，超马很好嘞。哎呀，为什么你这样的？ Then people is like, hey, how come you straight by 1 second you are a change of a person? So the person will 超马很好吧，为什么你是这样的? So they will not trust you. All right. So you need to first build your own value. But just remember, 时时刻刻我们都要做善良的人. We cannot choose a time to be kind and a time to be not so kind. All right, so with that, we will wrap up for today's session. So today at 9:45, for those who has joined the 6大引擎, the 6 growth engine, today will be the last session for us to clock in. And then after that, next week, this Sunday, we'll still have 公修课 happening in this classroom. And then next week, we will not have our English class because we are moving on to go to Penang. And next weekend is a very important event. Believe in Love, Reprogram Your Life, and Radiant New Journey, where Master will be with us in person in Penang, July 25th and July 26th. And the good news is all of us are already aware, on July 29th in Singapore, Master will be in Singapore himself. So we are going to Safra Toa Payoh. Okay, dinner starts at 6 o'clock and followed by a 公修课 at 8 o'clock. Okay, so do invite your new friends to come to join us in person in Safra Toa Payoh. Registration will start at about 5 to 5:15. So please come early so that you can be first come, first serve, so that you can grab a good seat. All right, so with that, we're going to wrap up our session for today. Let's grab a group photo together. Thank you, everyone, and my gratitude to Master.